Yep, that's pretty cool. What's up, guys? If you have an N55e series, you've probably already been watching some of my MHD videos that I've been making about the platform. But if not, definitely check out my channel and get caught up on those. In the last video, I went over some new features, anti-lag and BRAP, that were available at the time of filming. But since then, MHD came out with a couple more features that are available for off-the-shelf users. This is off-the-shelf, not just custom maps. So if you're an off-the-shelf user, you have new features now. I'm going to be going over the additional features in this video. The main thing I'll be going over today is called Multimaps. And Multimaps is a super cool feature that MHD figured out where you can actually store 4 maps on your DME at once and toggle between them. Now I will say, don't get too excited because the amount of flexibility you have with each slot is limited, but it's still a really cool and useful feature. So to get started with the MHD Flasher app, go ahead and go to the App Store and type in MHD Flasher. And check to make sure that your app is up to date. So mine says open instead of just update. And then go ahead and plug in your Wi-Fi dongle and launch the MHD Flasher app. Go to Flash an MHD map. It'll connect. Then go to 2.xx beta like we've been doing. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a MHD Multimap option. So go ahead and tap that. And what that's going to bring up is a different flashing page. So go to your options, and as you can see, this is all of the same settings that you would normally be able to adjust. So it's the same as it was before. So you can adjust your BRAP, or you can adjust your burbles. But now if you look down at the very bottom of the screen, there's multiple map options. So map 2, map 3, map 4. So with each of these maps, you can configure your burbles, your aggressiveness of your burbles. So these options, maybe you'll have your main map that has like OEM style burbles, and so it's not super obnoxious. But then if you go to map 2, then maybe that's for if you just wanted to spice it up a little bit, and so you've got soft burbles. And then maybe you could have a map where that's like your show off map, so it's medium burbles all the time. Or maybe you'll have a map where you don't have any burbles at all. And the other thing you can adjust is your fuel. So I use 93, and I don't have E85 near me, so I don't have anything besides 93 selected. But let's say I did have E85, but I didn't always want to run E85, and I wanted to easily toggle between the E93 and my E30 app, then I could go ahead and have an E30 app or an E30 map ready to go. And then also what you can configure, if you go all the way back out, you'll see that there are these power sliders. You can have a map that's like a valet map where you have it at 60% power. And I don't really have to deal with having my car valeted, but I can think of one reason why I might use that.
Hey baby, I'm gonna take your car.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you. Be safe. What? I wouldn't do her dirty like that. Well, anyways, so once you have your maps configured, you can go ahead and flash it on the car like normal. It is going to be a long ride, so make sure that your battery is healthy. And then to use it, you can use it anytime. So either whenever you have the car in accessory mode, whenever the car is idling, or whenever you're actually driving. And I can confirm I've tried it in all 3 and it does work. So in order to do the map switching, you need to go into the MHD Plus menu. And to do that, press and hold the down volume and the down channel button at the same time. And as you can see, the service engine light is flashing and the tachometer jumped up to 1. So this is the number 1 map slot. And then to toggle between them, just use the up and down arrows to go between 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then whichever one you choose, all you gotta do is just press and hold the minus button for a couple seconds, let go, and you're out of the menu again. And I will just say, as far as the 4 map slots go, make sure you don't forget what you put where, because if you forget where you put your E30 map, for instance, it's going to be bad if you accidentally put it on E30 whenever you're actually running E91. So maybe just write that down and keep it in the car for reference later. Also, just so you know, whenever you're actually using the MHD Plus features on the steering wheel, the car is going to recognize that you are pressing the channel up and down buttons and the volume controls. So your music will be changed while you're using all this. So not a big deal, but just want to make you aware of it. Also within the MHD Plus menu, so if you go ahead and initiate it, the first page is going to be your multi-map, But if you actually go ahead and hit the plus button on the volume side, that puts you to the second page, and you can tell because the service engine light is now blinking double. Before it was blinking single. And this second page is actually for the exhaust valve, and you've got 0, 1, and 2 options for that. So 0 is going to be the regular settings, so whatever you have it set to normally, that's how your exhaust valve is going to work. And then if you set it to 1, that's going to be exhaust valve forced open all the time, regardless of what your settings are in the map. And then 2 is exhaust valve forced closed all the time, regardless of your settings. And then if you hit the plus button one more time, that's going to send you to page 3. And you can tell now because it is blinking 3 times. And this page is for FlexFuel, but I don't have FlexFuel installed on the car, so you can't actually see. But if I did have FlexFuel, then it would be showing me the percentage of ethanol that I'm currently running. So pretty cool feature. I'll definitely be using that in the future whenever I get to that point in my build. So one other thing I wanted to go over is the logs that I actually took, because whenever I flashed the Multimaps to my car, I noticed that the car felt slightly slower. And so I just wanted to investigate that and actually see why that happened. So this is my log from a couple months ago, if you saw that original video that I made on the beta maps. And I'm looking at boost here, and we can see that the peak target boost was 17.4 pounds, and then actually I was hitting about a pound more than that, so 18.3. And then if we go look at each of these 3 maps right here are stage 2 plus, just like before, just they're on the multi-map. So this is map 1, map 2, map 3. And the peak boost target is actually 15.1 on every single one of these. 15.2, 15.3. So not really sure why that happened. I did reach out to MHD, sent them an email, and I haven't heard back, but I will let you guys know what they say if they do get back to me. And I just really was curious, you know, why exactly that is happening. I know that these are beta maps, so I'm sure things are going to change as time goes along, but still, you know, as users of their product, I think that we're all curious why exactly that happened, because we know that it used to be higher. So hopefully it doesn't stay like that forever, because I would hate to ditch the new features just to go back to 1.6 and have full boost again in stage 2 plus. But it just depends on what you want, right? Like, do you want the higher boost or do you want all the new features? I would hate to have to choose. So I really hope that they send out another update and the target boost bumps back up to around 18. And then one other thing that I wanted to look at that's really interesting is this is the 60% power map. So I just wanted to see what they're actually doing to reduce power. I didn't know if maybe they were going to be reducing the actual throttle position, or if it was going to be through the tune itself. And as you can see, peak boost is 3.8. So yeah, that'll make it slow right there. And then if we look at throttle position is at 100%, except here in the middle, little dip there. But so it doesn't look like they're actually using throttle position to rob it of power. So yeah, 60% power actually just means lower boost. So thought that was interesting. It's definitely a lot slower, so could be a useful map. Could even be like a eco map for like lower fuel consumption. Well, that's all of the off-the-shelf features that I can show you on my car so far. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope it was informative and helpful for you, and I hope that you enjoy messing around with it on your own car. So keep joyriding, guys. I'll see you in the next one.